Yo. By the way, the story just progressed.
I see this.
You're awake. Did you feel it too? It was like the archdemons saw us. Saw us! What does that mean? I think... Wait. Did you hear that?
Oh, shit.
They're at the camp! You know, the first time this ever happened to me, I didn't think I would need to equip anyone, so everyone in my party was naked.
Everyone is here. This is the only opportunity you have to have everyone together.
There's more.
Okay, but cool. Good thing I kept everyone equipped, huh?
Yes, there's a reason why I told you to equip them.
Is this gonna happen frequently? No?
No, it's not a regular thing. This is kind of the equivalent of in Mass Effect 2 when the ship gets taken over. It's just the BioWare telling you, you're not safe.
Yeah.
I guess it's like Duncan once said. We can sense them, and they can sense us. We'd best be more careful from now on. This camp isn't safe any longer.
Tax collectors?
Fortification should be built around the camp.
How unnerving. It will be more difficult to complete now.
What, no trap? No ambush? Some assassins. It is a job.
I'd call that an ambush.
Yeah.
Lyrium potion! It has claws for hands! How is it holding that?
It just fucking sticks its nail straight down into the core.
So this is, lore-wise, story-wise, this is the game's way of telling you not only can the archdemons see you and figure out where you are, but it actively wants to kill you.
Yes.
It knows you exist, it knows where you are, and it knows that you're a threat. And it wants you to die.
Makes sense. I want me to die too.
What is your wish, Kadan? I caged myself. A weak mind is a deadly foe, as you are no doubt aware. I came to your lands with 7 of the Beresad, my brothers. We made our way across the Ferelden countryside without... until the night we camped.
This is honestly a terrible first impression of the Qunari, because they all died except him. And he is, despite being a complete dickhead and having no emotion, he seems too human, including the weaknesses of being a human. And so you're like, oh, Qunari, they're just some weird, like, alien culture. And then Dragon Age 2 happens.
They're demons!
They're fucking demon lookalikes.
I don't know.
And they have an army, and they're one of your biggest antagonists in the whole game.
And when that failed, I asked my rescuers what had become of it. They said they found me with nothing. I did. I knew they didn't have the blade. They had no reason to lie to me. I panicked. That sword was made for my... Even if I could cross Ferelden, they would know me as soulless, a deserter. No soldier would cast aside his blade while he drew breath. If I knew where to look, it would be in my hand now.
It is in your hand now.
Near Lake Calenhad.
Okay.
What is your wish, Kadan?
It's like...
Oh my god.
Yeah, you feel that?
What is that about?
You went above and
Fucking
beyond
win.
the call of duty for the circle. You have done it, Ozma. Indeed. It is common knowledge that dwarves lack the aptitude for spell. Fascinating. I suppose the circle should...
Is that fine? If you're just completely not able to do magic, you just want to come in to study magic as theory. Just...
It's not really been done. Because there's no point. Not only is the circle made specific... Well, not made, but used specifically to house the mages, but it's used to keep them in there. Nobody wants to be here. This is not a home, it's a prison.
Right, and
Thus, nobody would volunteer, oh, I'm just going to go to the circle and study magic there. Someone's going to study magic, they're going to do it on their own time, in their own location. They don't want to go to the place that is commonly known by anyone else as the prison where all those dangerous mages live.
Yep. But theoretically, could it be done prior to this?
Could it? It could, but nobody thought of it.
And if during the case of a fucking eraser situation, could you leave without them trying to kill you? Because I'm not magic. I'm just...
If you don't have magical abilities, then yes, you are not part of the target. The Templars don't care about you.
You just walk out like, hey, Dave, hey.
Yeah.
And then you could theoretically like, hey, teach me a lesson. I'll go outside, get you an apple, bring you back an apple. Anyone want to send us some letters?
I see. If she tell Dagna of Orzammar that this path will not be easy, but if she chooses it, she will live and study with the Tranquil, and perhaps the apprentices when it is if only the circle was in better shape. I fear she may be disappointed. This will be interesting. Yes, the more I think about it, the more I like the idea.
She would be very handy to have around.
I shall take this as an indication that perhaps things are...
Now imagine if you killed all the mages.
Already done much.
Imagine if you killed them all.
You're like, sorry, the major circle doesn't exist right now. Sorry, kid.
Yep. I think after Orzammar, the black part gets over towards here. Like, it starts racing towards Denerim, and it gets literally just down the road, essentially, from Redcliffe. Like, it starts heading down that road as well. So you get an idea of what the Darkspawn are doing. Yes.
Apparently this is in between the entrance of the dwarf area and the... Oh, they're just practicing. Hey, you guys...
No, that's not practice.
Oh, who are you guys? Depending on who you are. Oh, a Darkspawn.
Yes. So this happened when you got the elves too, remember?
Yeah. This is to show me that I've helped the mages.
This is to show your side that you picked is here helping you in your fight.
Which means I'm also going to have a Redcliffe event as well.
You should, yes. Eventually. Theoretically.
Someone cast Earthquake.
Oh my god.
This is some shit.
Technically, the Landsmeet may be considered the Redcliffe event, but they may have their own battle event as well, yes.
Oh, fuck. They got massacred up there.
These NPCs aren't that important.
Yeah.
You see the raw power of mages? Now imagine calling this in the final fight.
That was my...
Not gonna talk to him? He's not gonna tell you much. He's just gonna say, like, generic thing.
I'm taking these apprentices to Redcliffe.
He sounds familiar.
The enchanter says you need every able-bodied mage for the war. They're young, but
Doesn't he?
capable enough, as
They
you
use voice
saw.
actors.
You know, but this specific guy in, like TV.
You know, I can't wait to just, future flash forward and you're playing Inquisition and you're sitting in the chair as the Inquisitor and you're getting to judge one of the antagonists of one of the storylines that you beat. And you're just going on a fucking 40k rant. You know? In some cases, you could choose to kill them before you even get them on the chair.
Just... Do I actually have, like, a set, like, place I inquisite
Yes.
upon?
Yes. You have a throne room kind of thing that is used for judgment. You sit upon the throne and you dish out your judgment to those that wind up in your court.
Huh. Okay, then.
I trust Vala, my nug-wrangling friend.
And this is where we start to progress through the story.
Yes.
This is where I had you go to get your gear. because I'd rather you had got it then than, you know, now.
I heard there was a Grey Warden here. I am Doolan Forrender, second to Lord Harrowmont, King Endrin's own choice as successor. Word is spreading that the surface may suffer a blight. It is shameful we are not in a better position.
You are, though.
Oh, before you get into any more conversations with dwarves about the blight, it's hilarious how they talk about the blights. They're like, I don't see the big deal about the blight.
We go there every day.
This is our life every day. And it's a big deal when it happens to you guys. Try living here. That's essentially what they say. Like,
yeah.
Well,
Like,
why are you so, there's a blight and now we have to help you? You don't help us. We have a blight every day. Your blights are the only time we get a break.
Yeah.
And even then, it's still incredibly difficult to fight them. And that is the mentality of dwarves.
That's fair. That is fair.
Yeah.
That is fair.
That may be, and that is a terrible risk for the surface. But even if the world would end tomorrow, Lord Harrowmont cannot ignore Balin today. He cannot afford to trust anyone of unproven loyalties. That's a generous offer. If you mean it, you might attend the proving today. The Deshers take it very seriously. And unfortunately, Balin found some way to blackmail or intimidate House Harrowmont's best fighters into stepping down.
Sick.
It would certainly make your loyalties loud and clear. Balin would never work with anyone who humiliated him in that way. Harrowmont would have no fear of meeting with you then.
Done.
Excellent. The arena is located.
This is a reminder, when you play as a dwarf, you play as a dwarf noble.
The key fighters we lost were Guidon.
Meaning you have a much bigger stake in everything that's happening here.
And be sure it's before the
Also, I think the
After
king
the
is
first bout,
alive
no
during
one
the
may change
prologue
roster.
for the
If
dwarves.
you need to find me again,
I think he dies
wait
in the
Tapster's
prologue.
Tavern off the Commons. There is no better place to hear gossip.
The game is so different when you go about the different starts. Sure, the biggest chunk of the game is the same as it would be, but your investment into things that are happening are so much different.
And characters you know and betray.
I can only think how different this whole thing would have gone if you had picked Human Noble. Especially, like, how much you'd focus on the Noble How that's helping Logain. Like, he would be the one you'd be saying, like, oh, I'm gonna kill that fucker, not Jowen. You wouldn't have cared about just dude. You might have picked him doing the blood magic in order to, you know, do that quest. You might not see blood magic as being as bad as you see it right now.
Yeah.
You may just be like, oh, I'm gonna kill that fucking Hal. You may just want to rush and just fucking end his life, and you might see the mages completely differently. You may have picked the Templars instead, because you would have had no care or attachment to or for the mages.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, you still considered the Templars.
Fuck Jowen.
If you hadn't actually been a mage at the start, I think there's a pretty good chance you would have picked the Templars.
He betrayed me. I will kill him every single time I see him. He is dead to
But
me.
not if you had played something else first.
Yeah.
Orzammar welcomes the Grey Wardens. Orzammar welcomes the Grey Wardens.
News of the hour.
Orzammar welcomes the
Does
Grey
Lord
Wardens. Orzammar
Harrowmont think
welcomes
that
the Grey
Orzammar
Wardens.
can hold off the dwarves forever?
That's what I heard
The
in the room.
Assembly demands an answer. Nothing I say is
I wish
provably
Orzammar
false.
were not in such a state.
We are honored to have you here.
Ancestors watch your path, Grey Warden.
It's done.
I'm gonna stay away from the Royal Palace just for right now.
Old King Endrin would weep
Oh
to see
my!
Orzammar.
A sorcerer in Orzammar.
Oh my, a surface dweller! Oh, they would
We
let
are
any
glad the
reflock
Prince
down
values
now.
your support.
You're wise to support the rightful king.
If you can't figure it out, by the way, you're gonna have to pick a side.
Yeah.
Well, you can. You can try to stay neutral too. I'm pretty sure.
Well, the guy trying to intimidate people sounds like a fuckface. I'm gonna fuck him with a sword.
I've sided with
Ah!
each side.
Thief in the Shapered. What have we been reduced to?
Oh, you remember him?
Maybe.
He was yelling when you came in here for the stab. You're like, help! Someone's sourcing the diva. I was like, no, go
Oh,
find the
yeah,
chest.
yeah,
Find
yeah.
the chest. Chest. Chest.
I just wanted to talk to people at the stores.
And I made you go to the chest, and you went.
The most garish brand across his head. He's probably in the slums somewhere. As if he'd find a buyer for a stolen tome in dust.
Okay, so I gotta go back down there.
Someone stole from the
Perhaps you should stand over there instead.
Are
He
you with
farted.
that warrior girl who's always here? Oh,
Found you.
pardon me.
Oh, different girl.
Were you looking for a particular... Not that I could really help. I, don't know the libraries very well. I'm just doing... I was looking for something about the Orton Tig. It was lost during the last... They were a noble house once, descended from the Paragon... My mother's family believes they were descended from Kalana Orton, who was trained... Unfortunately, any records would be buried in the Tig's ruins, somewhere in the deep roads. A Grey Warden? I hear Prince Balin and Lord... Yes, if you can find the Tig in any records, if you could... Maybe
So it would make her like a super high noble for finding that book.
I started to worry. I didn't know if you were ever...
It's proof of her lineage. That's what I'm assuming, if I'm remembering correctly, because you skipped through all the dialogue.
Yeah. She said, I'm supposed to be descended from them, but any record of my genealogy would be in those records.
Yes.
So...
Because that's their civilization that they had to abandon.
When I last walked this hall, Endrin was king and Orzammar was at peace. The memories often speak of the swiftness with which change overtakes us. But it is different to see it firsthand. I apologize, Warden. I should not burden a stranger with such thoughts. I am Zebor, the Shaper of Memories. The Shaperate guards Orzammar's knowledge. We have preserved in Lyrium all of the records of Dwarven history. The memories record all.
They write in Lyrium?
They are how we know to which family a child owes life. How we trace lost Tigs. They ensure we forget nothing of our past, good or bad.
It's a hell of a permanent way to write something down.
Especially for one so new to our city. I thought so. This is not the first time he's made this plea. My answer to Brother Burkle hasn't changed. So I ask you the same. On what basis would you have me insult the ancestors and overturn 2,000 years of tradition?
The good and bad fuckface.
Wherever this chantry has spread among humans, it replaced all beliefs preceding it. Were we to let these preachers into Orzammar, how long before the ancestors stop hearing the voices praising them? What sort of charities do you mean?
Do not select anything that insults their castes.
Traditionally, that is their extended family's responsibility, but sometimes people fall through the cracks.
I saw that.
Very well. He may hold a prayer meeting as
that was that would be like a go-to for a normal human being, you know. But do not select that for a noble dwarf.
Yeah, no. I saw that land and I'm like, did you see me shaking my head?
We were a great empire once. We traded with your Tevinter Imperium, and our land stretched as far in the deep
human
roads as
Tevinter
those
Imperium.
above.
Oh, just because I'm human, I'm Tevinter. That's racist.
But we lost too many battles. We lost our golems, and we lost our territory. Now the Empire is simply ruined tunnels filled with darkspawn. They were once our... except your order, who... The Paragon Caradon, a smith of unsurpassed genius. In one golem is worth a dozen dwarves in battle, but Caradon's Tig is far into the deep roads. When it fell, we lost his secret to creating golems. There are books about
so you don't even know how to make golems
if
anymore.
you would read more.
Yeah.
They are to us what a colony is to surfacers. At the other side of the old empire, they sealed the deep roads, abandoning everyone still trapped in far-flung settlements. It was the only way to survive. Kal Sharok is the only other city to outlast the Blight. We only rediscovered them recently, and they still haven't forgiven us. I will settle your mind if I can, Warden. All dwarves who die return to the stone as ancestors, to guide their families forever. A paragon is a dwarf whose accomplishments change. They are venerated as living ancestors and found a new noble house forever bearing their name. Branka is a paragon, now and into death. She was born a smith, but her inventions caught the Assembly's eye. Before she had seen 20 years, she created a smokeless coal. It could burn in a cave without vents and no one would choke from it. It earned her paragon status.
And Acaceless did it. they would have just taken it from them and not given them credit.
According to our legends, 7 brothers founded our empire. The youngest, Bloodlik, was the wisest and was chosen king. His children formed the noble caste. The eldest, Giachet, trained his sons to defend their king. They became the warrior caste. Shatgyar founded the artisans. Orzatyar forged our first swords. It was Orzammar who dug the mines that became our city's foundations. The twins Koapar and Noct both founded trading houses, but Noct was wounded in battle. On his recovery, he swore to serve his brother's sons. The casteless descend from criminals and those repudiated by their own families, or who chose to go to the surface and live by human laws. They have no ancestors to guide them and no families to claim them. They should not have been born. Their parents defied their shame and brought cursed children into the world. It's better they die young. Their births are not recorded in the memories. In Orzammar, they do not exist. Is there something more pleasant you
glad you didn't,
No, I wasn't going to. But, like, fucking A.
Please, speak your mind.
Fucking Christ, dude. It's awful. I'm gonna tear your civilization down from the fucking bottom.
There's a reason why this one side quest has a place in the epilogue.
It shall be done.
I'm going to destroy your civilization. It's the last thing I fucking do. You people all sicken me.
The epilogue makes you feel real iffy about introducing the Chantry into this place. It has essentially the same effect as if you opened up a church in the Americas.
Yeah.
And how that kind of just fucking, whew, everything goes nuts.
It'll be 2 years tomorrow.
So, I've been hearing rumors that a certain wine merchant is falling behind on his payments.
I can't imagine what you mean. I pay my expenses.
What about the expenses your good friend Jarvia incurs when providing your protection? It's not easy ensuring nothing bad happens, that no one decides to just burn everything in your store.
My store! Please, I don't have much. Business isn't good. People are scared. Tell Jarvia I'll get her money.
Jarvia is not happy with your promises, old man. Now let's go inside and see what you've been holding back.
Ooh, I've been itching to stab someone.
As you say.
Hey, girls.
This is all I have right now. I could get more if I sell something.
Well, well. Looks like we have a visitor. Friend of yours?
Is there a problem here, friend? Are these men threatening you?
Please, don't get involved with this. You don't know what they're like.
Then allow me to make some introductions. These are dangerous times in Orzammar.
Oh, they certainly
Lucky
are.
us, the merciful Jarvia is offering protection from the chaos. You're wearing some fancy stuff there. Might make you a target. So if you want the Carter's guarantee of safety, it's yours for the reasonable price of 10 gold sovereigns.
Yo, fancy stuff.
Or I can't
My
say
party
what might happen.
In what we're wearing is richer than the entire elven civilization combined on the entire planet.
You can go ahead and stop asking where your gods are. He's standing right in front of you.
Intimidate.
Whoa. All right, you win. I'm not gonna die for 10 lousy sovereigns.
Bitch. And here I was, thinking I was gonna get a brand new dwarven sheath for my blade. Give me a shit.
Ancestors bless you for saving my poor store. I don't know how to express my gratitude.
If you actually fight and kill them, he goes, "What have you done? Why would you do that? Do you know what you've just done to me?"
I've never met her, of course. They say she never leaves Dusttown. That's
I know where
the
she
older
is.
area of the city where the casteless congregate. She's the one directing this depravity. Since good King Endrin died, they're getting bolder. They used to be a problem only in Dusttown, but now they're in the commons, shaking honest men down for coin. A band of casteless thugs. They're criminals, and the children of criminals. The ancestors themselves declared them irredeemable. Their births are abominations. They were born from no Kalna, with no acknowledgement by the Shapers. They are destined to be criminals. Now, if you'll excuse me,
That's
I'm
just
grateful
prejudiced.
for your help, but I don't...
Hello, how can I... It's you!
It's
And
you.
It's been, well,
I love her.
quite a while.
She's
Enough
adorable.
time to get to the circle and back, I hope.
Why did you skip
please
all
don't
her
be
dialogue
sad.
initially then?
I don't know. It's getting late. It's getting tired.
Ancestors, bless you. I can't believe
Her
it.
arms are way too
There
long,
hasn't
though.
even been a dwarven observer in the circle since you're relevant in the
Her
13th
hands go
century.
past her fucking knees.
I need
There's
to
your
pack.
answer, by the way.
Yeah.
My parents would get suspicious. I need to go. Is there anything I should bring? Books? Tuition? Of course, a reward. I was just bringing some lyrium in from the storeroom. Will that do? I have either a lyrium rune that can be implanted in any weapon, or some of the serum mages use. Which do you want?
I'll take the rune. What makes serum? What does the serum do? Is it just potion?
Drink, drink, drink. It's a potion.
Here you go. I hope it's enough to thank you. If you ever go to the circle again, maybe I'll see you there.
I'm so glad they don't let you make her kiss you. I'm so glad.
Why, you're afraid I was gonna kiss her?
I know you would have picked it.
Ah, stranger. Here for armor or conversation?
You have a daughter named
Has she been bothering you? It's a whiff of surface stink and she's like a cave tick. Won't let go.
She left. Hasn't been any bother.
She's castless now. My daughter is dead to me now. Leave my store. You're not welcome here.
Yeah, fuck you, buddy.
Yeah, you can.
You
That's it.
monster! You
Eh,
sent
fuck you.
my daughter to the surface! Now she can never...
It's just still yelling at me.
Yeah. I made that mistake once and I didn't have a save to go back to. I was like, no!
I'm not worried about it. I bought all the
teaches
good
that
shit yet.
Patience is the child of wisdom, but I'm eager to hear if you've seen... Oh, praise the Maker! I already found a convert among the merchants who offered his shop as a temporary chantry. It's just by the tapsters.
Of course,
Please,
the
come
fucking
to our
church.
first service.
It's behind him. He's
Yeah.
standing in front of it. Come back later, and there will be a whole bunch of chantry shit there.
I bet if I go like this, then I go like this, and then I look. Aha!
I shall do it.
Brother Burkle is such
Isn't
a
it
generous
wonderful
man.
that the chant...
Welcome to what will soon be Orzamar's first chantry. The
Yeah,
chant
but,
of love will
you're a
reach
man,
all
you need a
corners
woman.
of the world. We will never forget who made this possible. May her...
Alright, that was it. No root? Sad.
No, but you just changed Dwarven society forever.
Good, it needs it.
Fucking Hispanic man coming in here. You always hear about the white man, but you can't forget the Spaniards that literally went up all of South America, Central America, into North America.
Sorry, just in
White dudes got there late.
just in my DNA to kick the shit out of whoever's here, and then make them do what I want them to do.
I mean, you're right.